Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today is 1 Ounce Wednesday. On 1 Ounce Wednesday, I take a blind sample out of a box, I pour it in a glass, and then I review it and score it, and I do it extremely fast. We're back to the normal 1 Ounce Wednesdays that you all love. I'm going to take a blind sample out of the box in front of me, and I'm going to pour it in a glass, and then I'm going to dissect it under a microscope, and then I'm going to review its ass. So if you're ready for 1 Ounce Wednesday to commence, then so am I. Let's go deep and hard into this box of blind samples.
Got one. America.
All right, wow. The color on this whiskey is extra dark. Holy cow. This could be a finished whiskey, it could be an extra aged whiskey, it could be an extra high proof whiskey. One of the three, two of the three, three of the three, it could be an extra aged, extra finish, extra high proof whiskey in this glass. And that is something that we can't determine just by looking at it. We must smell it and taste it, and then determine whether or not we're smart or not. The way that this whiskey is swirling in this glass, it tells me one of two things. And those two things are, number one, it's liquid, and number two, it's in a glass. Because if it's liquid and in a glass, I will swirl its ass. Look at it go. Let's go in for a nose to see how she goes. Whew. The first nose I got was a bit of like a dusty corn. Wow. What on earth? Is this a wheat whiskey? A weird alarm went off in my nose. It was like beep, 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 beep. Weird smell, weird smell, weird smell. And I'm like, why is it so weird? But my brain hasn't told me yet. This doesn't smell like a bourbon or a rye. It smells kind of like a wheat whiskey. Could it be a small barrel wheat whiskey? It's a grainy power ethanol. 1 Ounce Wednesday down the hatch. Oh, wow. 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 That is very good. Wow. The palate went somewhere that the nose didn't. Based off of the nose, I thought I was looking at like a wheat whiskey or some sort of like funky, small barreled something. But after tasting it, the palate and the nose, they're not matching today. That could mean one of two things. Either the nose and the palate do not match, or my nose be fudged up. My nose is just smelling things that aren't there. That could be it too, because the palate is like extra high proof, extra sweet, extra delicious bourbon. But the nose was like, hey, go in with caution because we don't know what this is. The nose on this is just a bit weird. A little bit of household cleaner. What on earth? Second sip. Man, I gotta quit smelling it. I have to quit smelling it because my nose isn't working. My palate feels like it's working perfectly, and it tastes so good. 120 plus proof, 125 maybe, 125 proof, cherries and vanillas. It could be some sort of finished 4-gate contraption that I don't even know about yet. The taste of this whiskey is phenomenal. I'm a bit trepidatious. I'm a bit concerned or worried. I'm a bit skeptical. I'm a bit like, I don't really want to step into the great category because what if it's not great? But I'm kind of tiptoeing into that category, even though this could be something that's like not considered to be great, but today it tastes great but smells not great. Let's take one more sip and then determine a score. Some winey notes to it, like almost like a sherry, almost like a sherry finished bourbon. It is sweet. It has a bunch of depth to it. It's very viscous. It coats the mouth really well. The finish is everlasting. A little bit of a Jolly Rancher there, like a grape / cherry Jolly Rancher if they made that hybrid, like half of it's red, half of it's purple kind of thing. On this 1 ounce Wednesday, I'm a bit scared to say that I think that this pour is great. It's a great pour. The more I sipped this whiskey, the more I loved it, and I wish I had more of it to sip more of it. But I don't. Does this taste like something I've tasted before? Not really, but I do really, really like it. And for that reason, I'm giving this 1 ounce Wednesday a blind score of 8.1. It's great. The more I sipped it, the better it got. It's an 8.1. It's great, and I love it for goodness sake. Where did it go? Oh, I knocked it over. Found it. On 1 ounce Wednesday, receiving a score of 8.1, we were drinking STAGG Junior Batch 17 from Bill Kavanaugh. A lot of these samples on 1 ounce Wednesday are from Bill Kavanaugh because Bill Kavanaugh sent me a whole buttload of samples. 128.7 proof. STAGG Junior Batch 17. I'm not sure if that's the latest batch or not, but very, very good. For some reason, I did not pick up on Buffalo Trace on the nose. The palate kind of like led me down that street, down that avenue, down that alley, down that boulevard. But I was like, kind of like, what? Is it MGP? Is it Buffalo Trace? I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I think that my senses, my smell and taste, are a bit goofy or wonky today because I didn't quite pick up on the Buffalo Trace profile. The STAGG Junior Batch 17 is a great bourbon. If you can get one, buy one. Do I wish I had one? Absolutely. 128.7 proof STAGG Junior Batch 17 from the Buffalo Trace Distillery received a blind score tonight of 8.1. Thank you, Bill Kavanaugh, for sending the sample. You are a gangster. You are a G. You're an OG. You're a friggin'... You my main man. Friggin' Bill. Friggin' BK. WJK. Friggin' Bill Kavanaugh, you son of a bitch. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds but your mind on. Leaving a comment below telling me how much you love my haircut, even though the lady who gave me this haircut forgot what haircut she was giving me halfway through. She literally was like, okay, you're done. And I'm like, you didn't even give me the haircut I asked for. She was like, oh yeah, super sorry, my bad. Let me try to fix that for you without telling you that I fucked it up. And then she asked me how it was at the end, and all I said was, fine. It's fine. Then I tipped her way more than I should have tipped her, went on my way, and went on my day. Because guess what? It doesn't matter. Anyway,